Hello everyone, my name is Kadek Prayoga. In this session, I will explain about a definition of direct method and also the characteristic of the direct method. Okay, the first is definition of the direct method. The word direct method, the keyword is direct, which means the same as immediately. The direct method or direct model is a way of presenting for each language subject method where the teacher directly uses the foreign language as the language instruction and without using the language of the student in teaching. If there are words are difficult for the student to understand, the teacher can interpret them using teaching demonstration, describing, or other. According to Pratama 20 and 17, the direct method is a learning method where the student not allowed to their using the mother tongue during the learning process. If there no other translation into the mother tongue and any form. For example, the teacher and the student using full English during the learning session in the classroom. In this method is focused on using the target language in the student learning process. This method of understanding the teaching for each language is not same as the teaching in science. But when the teacher teaches science, students able to memorize certain formulas. But in language teaching, students trying to practice directly pronunciation, certain word and sentence. Even though the word or the sentence are for them unfamiliar and not understand by student. However, the word and sentence will be pronounced and can also be interpreted. Likewise, we observe a mother teaching her children the direct method, learning their children to say the word one by one, sentence by sentence. For example, the mother teaches her baby called the word father, and then the child call father or other, because when being a baby we cannot pronounce some alphabet, but after time the children can recognize the word, and finally he understand what the mean and how to pronounce the words by correctly. In principle, the direct method is very important in teaching for each language, because through this method, students can directly practice tongue skill without not using their mother tongue, the language or the other language in the environment. Although the first it seemed difficult for students to imitate it, but actually it was interesting and can improve skill language of the student. This is all about a definition. Now we move to the characteristic of the direct method. The characteristic about a direct method, there are several versions that describe the characteristic of the direct method, and here I will explain two versions. The first version is according to Pratama 20 and 17 in the book, and it used title English Learning Method and Strategies. There are 6 main characters of the direct method, such as the first is this method aims to facilitate students with real knowledge of the target language. And then a second is this method has one basic rule, that is translating is absolutely not allowed in this classroom. The teacher is expected to explain the target language through activities and demonstration, reality and picture to describe the material. The third is grammar should be taught inductively at the beginning of the lesson. The teacher will provide example sentence rather than the rules of the language itself. And after that, students are expected to build their knowledge of the language by analyzing the sentence. And the fourth is vocabulary should be taught in full sentence rather than memorizing word list. The 5 is students are expected to involve and participate actively in using target language in every day in a life situation. And the 6 is this method is more toward a student central approach because students are required to learning use language from the beginning of learning. The teacher guides students to use the target language in the communication. That's all about the first question, and then the next question is the characteristic of according Fendi 20 and 10. That explain there are four characteristic of direct method. That is, the first is subject matter of the first given word by word, and then sentence structure. The second is grammar is totally only casually, and students are not required memorize the grammar formulas, but the main things is that student able to pronounce the language well. The third is in the teaching process, always use aids or proof in the form of direct, indirect like imitation or demonstration through symbol or suddenly move from hand from other that using clue to the student. And then the last one is after entering classroom, students are really conditional to accept and compare in language in for each language, and are prohibited using other language. I think that's all about definition and characteristic of the direct method for me. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Kadek Prihatma Wijaya, and now I want to explain about the technique in using direct method. There are 8 techniques that are used in applying the direct method during the learning process, such as read aloud, question and answering exercise, getting students to self-correction, conversation practice, fill in the blank exercise, dictation, map drawing, and also paragraph writing. And now I want to explain about read aloud. The first one is reading aloud. In this section, the students are asked to read. The teacher will give a sentence or task to the student and ask to the student to read aloud. And the teacher will help the student to understand the clean meaning by using other media, such as picture, reality, or other example. In the end of the session of or after the student read the sentence. And the second one is question and answering exercise. In this section, the teacher will give a question to student to check the student is understanding. So the student will practice a new word and new grammatical structure in a sentence. And the third one is getting student to correction. In this section, the teacher will correct the mispronunciation of word that the student said by repeating what the student said before with a question tone. So the student will realize their mistake, and also the student will correct their own speech mistake that they have made. The fourth one is conversation practice. In this section, the teacher give question to the student, and then the teacher will ask to the student to understand the question before answering the question. And the teacher also tell the student to ask to their self before answering. And also the teacher told the student to answer by using the same grammatical structure as the sample question that given by the teacher. The fifth is fill in the blank exercise. In this section, the students are asked to fill the gap sentence in using by using the target language. The sixth is dictation. In this section, the students are dictated by the way students are asked to listen to a text that the teacher read, and the teacher will read the text for 3 times. For the first time, the teacher will read the text normally and let the student listen the text. For the second one, and for the second time, the teacher will read the text word by word to let the student write down the text that they have listened. And at the last time, the teacher will read the text normally to let the student a chance to look at their work and make sure there is not any mistake in the work that they have done. And the seventh is map drawing. In this section, means after reading, students are asked to identify the main element, categorize the main event in sequence, and identify how the contents of the story relate to each other. And the last technique is paragraph writing. In this section, the students are asked to make a paragraph by using their own word based on their understanding of the text that they have read before, or such as the map drawing that they have done before. Maybe that's all about my explanation about the technique in direct method. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Dewa Yudistira, and here I want to tell you about the strengths and the weakness of direct method. First, I will tell you about the strengths of the direct method. There are four strengths of the direct method. First, this method can make a student master the target language quickly because the method is carried out by how the learning process of the mother tongue for the first time, which can be called natural. They can listen and speak in the target language from from the beginning of learning. Second, the language used by English as as a medium of daily learning. Therefore, uh, it can accelerate understanding of the target language because it is used to it. Third, the student can learn English orally, which can master the target language well, especially to improve speaking and pronunciation skill. And last or the fourth, this method can help students to get used to thinking in English. For example, answer the question with English, not with their their own mother tongue. And the and next, I will tell you about the weaknesses of the direct method. There are three weaknesses of the direct method. The first one is there are there are parts of a vocabulary cannot be taught uh, be taught be taught be taught through direct translations into the target language, so that teachers can spend a lot of time explaining uh, the meaning of the word. Second, uh, this method requires teachers who are fluent in English. However, in fact, in in our country, in Indonesia, not many teachers have this ability in in the target language because they are raised and educated in English at the level of the local context. Uh, and the third or the last, this method is not appropriate to use target language uh, outside the classroom, because with a large number of students, can to managing the class. For example, 40 until 50, uh, because this method requires students to practice a lot of using the target language. I think that's all about the strengths and the weakness of the direct method. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, my students.
Morning,
Good
Miss.
morning.
Morning, Miss.
How are you today?
I'm
I'm
fine.
Very well,
fine,
Miss.
and
And
you?
you?
And you?
I am fine too. Okay, before we start the lesson, let's pray together. For the captain, please lead the prayer.
Yes, Miss. Okay, all all my friend, pray start. Pray end.
Okay, now I will to share screen about our material today. Can you see the slide?
Yes,
Yes,
Miss.
Yes.
Miss.
Yes, miss. Okay, and now you can guess what is this?
This is invitation card,
Invitation
Miss.
card.
Yes, this is invitation card. Have you ever invited your friends to your party?
Yes,
Yes.
Miss.
Yeah, I have ever invited my friends to my birthday party.
Okay, good, Liana. Now we are going to learn about expressing giving, accepting, and declining an invitation. Okay. Now we'll give you an example dialogue about expressing giving and accepting the invitation. Okay. Uh, for uh, for Yoga and Nya, can you read the dialogue?
Yes, Miss.
Sure.
Okay. Please, Yoga as Bayu and Nya as Ayu. The time is yours.
What will you do next Saturday, Bayu?
I don't have any plan yet.
I will celebrate my birthday party on Saturday afternoon. Would you like to come?
What time it will be?
At 3 p.m.
In your house?
Yeah, and I will invite all of classmates.
Okay, I'll be there.
Okay, thank you, Bayu.
Good, Nya and Yoga. And then, can you give another example of expressing giving, accepting, and declining an invitation?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, okay. Can you give an example of expressing giving an invitation?
Yes, please. Yes, Miss.
Okay,
Can I
Yudis?
answer the question?
Yes. Okay, please, Yudis.
Expressing giving invitation. Please come to my house. Please come inside. And would you join my barbecue party?
Yeah, good answer. And then for accepting the invitation, the
I
other
want
students,
I
maybe?
want to try, Miss.
Okay, Yoga, please
The example
answer.
is expressing accepting invitation is I would come. That would be my pleasure. That I'll be glad to take your invitation.
Okay, good. And then for declining the invitation, any other students who wants to try answer?
I would like to try and answer.
Okay, Liana, please.
Expressing declining invitation. Thank you for asking me, but I can't. Thank you, but I can't. And unfortunately, I can't. Actually,
Okay,
that's all,
good.
Miss. Thank you.
Okay, good, Liana. And then now, as your friend said before, for giving invitation, another example sentence are, would you come to any party? Please come to my house. Would you join my barbecue party? Please come inside. I would be delighted if you come to my party. Would you like to come? And then for accepting invitation, like Yoga said before, that would be my pleasure. I would come. That's very kind of you. It's delight to come. I'll be glad to take your invitations. And okay, I'll be there. And then for declining an invitation, like Liana said before, such as I'd like to, but the reason, I'm sorry, but the reasons, I'm afraid that I can, unfortunately I can, thank you for asking me, but I can, and then thank you, but I can. Okay, now I would like to give you a task. I want to divide it you into several groups, and one group consists of 2 students. And then you can make a dialogue about accepting, giving, or declining an invitations. Okay, now please work with your groups, and then I will wait for it.
Okay, Miss.
Okay. Okay. Have you finished your task? Have you finished your dialogue, my students?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Now I would like to ask two groups to present your dialogue. And who wants to try first? Who wants to try first?
I want to try first, Miss.
Okay, Yoga, please. And your partner, who is your partner?
My partner is Yudis, Miss.
Okay, Yoga and Yudis, the time is yours.
Okay, Yudis. Tomorrow,
Okay.
tomorrow will be my father's birthday. He is wondering if you are among us.
Among?
Sorry, Miss. My main is among.
Among, yeah, good.
What year will he be?
14 years old.
14, 5th?
It is my main 45 years old, Miss. Sorry, Miss.
45, good.
It sounds great. I'm sure that I will be there.
Thank you.
Okay, good. And then who wants to try? Next, who wants to try? Okay, Nia, please. And your partner, who is your partner, Nia?
Yana.
Okay, Nia and Liana, the time is yours.
Okay. Are you free next week? I would like to invite you to my birthday party.
I really would love, but next week I have to study for the test, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, good. Okay. Now I would like to ask the other students, can you guess the differences between those two dialogue that is present by your friends?
Can I answer, Miss?
Okay, Indah, please.
First is about accepting an invitation, and the second is about declining invitation.
Okay, good. And
Sorry, Miss.
now I would like to give some comments to your dialogue, and then uh, as Indah said before, the first dialogue is about accepting the invitations, and then the second dialogue is about declining the invitations. And then I think when I see your dialogue, I think all of you are understand about this material. And then now I will give you a homework about make dialogue using the expression giving, accepting, and declining an invitation based on the situation below. And then practice them with your friends. The first situations is you want to invite your friends to your sister's birthday party. And then the second situations is your brother will hold a graduation party and you want to invite your best friends. And then the last situations is you will hold a barbecue party, but your friend couldn't come. And then you can choose between those three situations and you can collect it next week. Okay, any question?
No, no question, Miss.
Okay,
No.
I think that's all about our material today, and then see you next week.
See you.
See you next week, Miss.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay.